Our guest for the evening is Mr. VG Siddhartha, Chairman of the Cafe Coffee Day Group. Hi Siddhartha.
Mr. VG Siddhartha is the man behind Cafe Coffee Day, India's biggest and fastest growing cafe chain. In 25 years of his career, he has built a team of over 25,000 people, and his business interests are spread over many areas like IT, agriculture, furniture, logistics, and wealth management. Mr. VG Siddhartha was awarded the Entrepreneur of the Year in 2003 by Economic Times and has also been recently awarded the Next Generation Entrepreneur by the Forbes magazine. Looking at his ambitious plans for the near future, Business Today recently commented that his story is just beginning.
We will like to hear more about this award which you got.
See, to be honest, I don't believe in awards. But sometimes when you work as a team, it always inspires your team members. Actually, I was really excited because in 2004, I got an Economic Times Entrepreneur Year Award. So that time, I think Advaniji gave us the award, I remember. But this time, to be honest, I told Forbes editor, he called me 1 week back, 10 days back, no, you'll get a Next Generation Entrepreneur Award. So actually Forbes, like Economic Times Award, Forbes has added this new award from this year. People who believe in creating wealth, so they nominated and he called me 10 days back, you come. I begged him, to be honest. The reason I went for the award is that when Forbes started in India, Forbes India, first issue, he carried an article on me. So somebody who gave you so much importance, such a international repute magazine, so I thought it was my duty to go and show my face. That's the reason I went there. I think it gives a great motivation for me and my team. Yes. More than me, it is my team gets a lot of encouragement from this kind of thing.
Let me share with you, I had been with Siddhartha for a very long time. He is very shy, modest and very humble, so, that's how he may be, simply downplaying the fact that whatever he has got, what it is actually worth, So Siddhartha, you had been very good with numbers all the time, ever since I have known you, and you had always been talking about, big numbers. To warm up this program today, I am going to ask you a couple of questions. The answers are mostly numbers only. We like to hear some good numbers from you. So the first is, how many cups of coffee are sold by your companies every day?
I think all put together, we say we touch 1.5 million people every day.
So assuming each of them...
It's not only coffee, it is even maybe tea, it may be cold coffee. But beverages we sell 1.5 million. But Kamal, before going to the next question, I can tell you. I was traveling with one of the Harvard professor, his name is David Yuffie. He heads the Harvard Executive Business Initiative. He's a Jewish guy, good friend of mine. I was traveling with him last weekend. He met the Coca-Cola CEO 1 month back in US. And very interestingly, he said, Coke CEO thinks Coke is not well penetrated in US. I fell down from my chair. If Coca-Cola is such a big brand, and he told him that Coca-Cola has to have more outlet and more retail presence.
Even in US.
In US. And he was telling how he bought a bottling unit where he got around 80,000 new outlets to sell. Every human being like you and me, we need 2 liters of water or beverages, tea or coffee or juices every day. So 1.5 million and a 1.3 billion population, I think we have not done anything. Okay. This is a very small number.
Yeah.
We have got a bigger challenge to face.
How many employees are there in all your group companies now? I know you are into several businesses and several companies. I don't know whether you have kept count of that.
No, we don't say employees.
Yeah.
We are a family of people.
Yes.
Nobody works, we all work together. In Bangalore, 85 started the business with one guy. Today, with all the businesses what we control directly, we got 19,500 people. And indirectly in technology, we have got a substantial investment where we own more than 30% average of all technology companies. That should have around that 12,000. That we are around 32,000 people family.
But which are the main businesses as of now? I mean, the top 5 if you were to count. I know IT, and you said furniture, logistics, and cafes, then financial services.
No. See, to be honest, retail is one. agriculture is one, logistics is one, technology is one, and the furniture is the new one we're just starting now.
Coming back to numbers, I had put down another question. We came to know that you have taken this forest land in South America on long lease, huge chunk of forest land. What is the size of this forest land there?
Okay, before coming to that, I can tell you, all of you should remember it took India to become a $1 trillion economy. It took 60 years. Now India, last 3 years, I think today should be $1.7 trillion economy. GDP of India is $1.7 trillion. But see, I always think that few of you who are on the other side of the table here, you're lucky because you are at least younger by me and Kamal by 20 years. See, what will happen next 30 years of India, according to me, is the best phase of India. US economy is today around $15 trillion economy, and US will become $37 trillion by 2040. Because I heard before coming here, a lot of you in this room only think about 6 months, my friends, that please forget that. Why I'm telling you this story is that you need to believe in yourself and you need to invest in a long-term association wherever you're working on or wherever you want to associate with. China is $7 trillion economy. Just to tell you, China in 1998 was $1 trillion economy. And China will be, in next 30 years, $70 trillion economy. US from 14 trillion will go to 37 trillion. China from 7 trillion will go to $70 trillion. But you know the best part of it? Our economy is $1.7 trillion. And we took 60 years to come to $1 trillion. And from this level, India in next 30 years will be $35 trillion. So the maximum growth will come in India. I think whatever businesses you talk or whatever the businesses I talk, we'll have a fantastic time in next 30 years to come. I think, I feel if you compare last 1,000 years of India, next 30 years will be the best of India. That's what I believe.
Great hope for the young Indians.
No, yeah, 100%. See, if the economy from 1.7 trillion will become $34 trillion, that means there is a 20-fold growth in the economy. That is fantastic number. Indian economy in next 30 years will be 50 lakhs into 37 or 35. Think that I'm wrong, 30. It won't be below that. See, very interesting. I asked Kamal, should I prepare anything? He said, no, don't prepare anything. You come, I'll ask you questions.
I always have numbers ready with you, I know.
But the good news is that when the economy grows like that, for example, logistics will be 12 to 14% of the GDP. If you think Indian economy is $1 trillion today, 12% of it is transportation and logistics. That is.
So we are talking of 6 lakh crore and something like that. You said 50 lakh crore and 12% of that.
Yeah. But imagine when it becomes $30 trillion.
Yeah, still 12% of that.
Forget about my story. Just to tell your story, real estate, residential and commercial will be minimum 10% of that. Minimum. That means on a $30 trillion, it will be at least $3 trillion will be your market. 50 lakhs into 3.
So logistics and furniture business, as of now, what is the size of the Indian market?
Logistics is around 10 to 12% today also.
No, in value terms, how much will it be?
1.5 trillion
Presently, okay.
And to
10 to 12% of that.
Yeah. $150 billion. Say around it may be 7 lakhs crore.
So I know you are planning big things in logistics, but
The
what are your plans?
Furniture, why I am bullish is that all of you are bullish on real estate. Actually, day before yesterday, I was with a few investor group in Hyderabad from US. And one of the banks was giving a presentation to them. They said, as of today, 2.5 to 3 crore housing demand is in the pipeline in Indian market. So they were giving some number, I was just hearing them. If so much construction is happening, but there are too many players also. There are a lot of smarter players, a lot of players with a lot of capital, or some people with a lot of land bank. But they need windows, doors, and furniture. There are not many people who are competing there. See, I would like to travel in a path where is less traveled, even though it will be difficult. See, it is easy to build a 100 apartment and beg somebody like you and tie up with you and sell it, get a bank finance. But if I do only windows and door frame, and if the quality is good, there is not much competition there. So that's the reason we entered furnishing. There, he was asking me what is the acreage. Acreage, we have bought a US company which has got operational in Guyana. Guyana is next to Brazil. Venezuela, if you go to the world map, South American map, it is a Venezuela, Brazil is Guyana. Actually, you don't believe in Guyana, it is 47% Indians. And a lot of people are from UP and Bihar who migrated 150 years back. Okay. But they have not seen India after 150 years. So we got 18 lakhs acre lease for next 60 years.
You got to meet such people also who went from here 150 years back to those families.
No, 47% of Guyana population
Indians.
Is Indians. And population of that country is 7 lakhs. Okay. It is bigger than UK as a country and population is only 7 lakhs.
So what percentage of the country is into forest land as such and how much you have taken there?
As of today, we own 7% of that country.
So that's a forest land on long lease from where you can take out as much wood as you want?
No. It is a sustainable forestry. I can't cut more than 7 trees per hectare. But it's huge. I can remove around 2,000 truckload every month or 3,000 truckload every month. It is to convert into a brand, it is not easy for me. Even though we are building the India's largest furniture plant, it will take...
So you are thinking that the entire supply of wood which will come from there will be taken up by your furniture factories? Eventually at some stage maybe?
As of now, no. But you don't believe when we started our coffee retail business also, because Kamal knows that story because I used to come to Delhi to search real estate with him. We were growing a lot of coffee and we used to consume hardly 5% of our coffee in our stores. Today, whatever we grow in 11,000 acres is not enough. We sell more
outlets also.
We buy from outside.
Yes.
Because we trade around 30,000 tons. So I think initially, yes, we may not be in a position to convert it into a brand. But in the longer run, we 100% believe that we can convert everything what we get as a brand.
So furniture, your target is probably once you come into production. Somebody was telling me the day you come into full production, that day itself you will be biggest furniture manufacturer in India. Is that the scene, or maybe it will take a year or two to reach that kind of level?
See, I always have somebody as a role model in life. For me, in furniture, I can tell you, there's a family, IKEA family. It's a very closely held Swedish company, which is based in Zurich as a headquarters. According to me, they are the richest guys in the world. They do $50 billion turnover. That is 2.5 lakh crore.
50 billion, I think you said, this is the annual sales.
5,000 into 50, 2.5 lakh crore. And they make a profit of around 12%. So in that valuation, I think they're worth at least 60 or 70 billion dollars. The richest man, according to the Forbes list, is $70 billion, $62 billion this year. And that family is worth, according to me, it should be $70 billion. So I thought, okay, if my business interest is there, and see, if people have made money in the world 20 years back, 30 years back, you'll make money here. It is very interesting. I think all of you should remember, what happened in US 30 years back is happening here. What happened in Europe 40 years back is happening next 20 years here. So whatever the business model you work on, if you think real estate broking is a great business in US 30 years back, it will happen.
Because the economy is going to be great in next 30 years, so whichever segment you are in.
You're bound to get a benefit of that.
What about logistics? I think I know you are planning very big things in logistics as well. And you just mentioned, logistics will be 12% of GDP.
Think that if the Indian economy, if $20 trillion, 12% of, or 13%. In a developing economy, it will be 13%. So it will be around almost $2.5 trillion will be logistics. And hardly any organized player.
Like furniture also, you will be number one in logistics in probably next 1 to 3 years?
No. See, to be honest, next 4 years, 5 years, target is that in retail, in technology, and in logistics, we'll have 3 companies which will have a turnover of more than 5,000 crore each.
1 billion. Sales of 1 billion in each of these companies.
Yeah, that is the internal target. I don't know how much I will achieve.
the one question which people asked, told me to ask you is that how do you get so many ideas and how do you move from one business to another?
To be honest, one thing, anything what you do should be passion for you. It should not be work for you. See, if you're working to make money, I don't think you'll make money. I didn't even think in life I'll make whatever I'm dreaming to make now. I didn't even think that I'll make 1% of that wealth in my life. After some stage, your passion will drive you and it will give you energy than the money. I think you should be very passionate, especially youngsters below the age group of 35 who are in this room. I can tell you, if you are not passionate, if you are working only for money, you can't make money. See, okay, I was telling Kamal in the lunch table, what is very important today is how, as much as possible, how you can be sincere to yourself. And you should, for you, especially in a real estate business or somebody like me, it is the reputation is more important than what money you make. I think you need to put capital to build reputation in the market or the association with whom you are working with. I met K.V. Kamath in '98. He was the ICICI chairman. Then he was telling me one day, he had 200 ATMs in ICICI Bangalore. And he told me, I'm going to put 1,200 ATMs. You should put 200, 300 stores. So then we did one transaction with him. That company didn't do great. After 5 years, I went back to him, sir, I think this company has not done well. I need to settle this account with you because I don't want to keep it open. Then he said, okay, you tell me the number. What do you want to do? I took a pen and paper in front of his desk. I wrote it, sir, this is it. Are you happy? He said, it is fine with me. So always, it is so important. According to me, the world is very, very small. All of us will have only 150 or 200 people we know where we'll meet again and again. You need to make sure that these people trust you and they support you. Just to tell you, because you are in all real estate, we got one business, there is the SEZ business. Very reputed bank in the real estate, one of the best names. Came and gave money to us 6 months back. It was a 400 crore, 100 liability they took out from somebody. You know the rate of interest we got? 5.6%, 5.8% for next 7 years. Okay, dollar risk is ours.
Foreign bank giving that?
No, Indian bank.
Indian bank. Okay.
Chairman is so conservative. But when I borrowed 2 crore rupees for one building, our office building was long-term bank. So we were very honest in paying. So they called us and said, we have got one line of credit which you are not used. It is expiring, but you have to draw this money on this. 5.8. So, my friends, I can tell you, more than money, especially early stages of your life, be honest to yourself, be honest to your client.
And build relationships.
Build relation. You can build relation when you are honest only.
Obviously.
See, if you try to make 1% out of somebody and he comes to know about his life, he won't.
Very short term then. See, the one question which I wanted to ask you personally was, like you said, the ideas come and, somehow you get the ideas also. I think even the much bigger thing is how do you put these ideas into practical working, See, all of us, maybe we face the same kind of challenges, the government issues, the local issues and whatnot. There are enough things to, they're always acting against you and to discourage you and things like that. I think the biggest thing which probably, according to me, what you have achieved is, whatever you have dreamt and your dreams were bigger, but you're also being able to, put them into practical reality,
Kamal, not that we don't go wrong. We are only 70% right. We are not 100% right. But one thing I can tell you, you need to believe in yourself. If you are 70% right, you should be happy. And you need to delegate your work to others. You need to have good people, give them a responsibility and help them. And as a leader, all of us, we have to put it in practice that we work harder than people who work with us. As a rule, even today, whenever I am in Bangalore, I'll be in the office at 8:50. And whenever I'm not traveling out, I'll leave office only at 7:30 in the night. It is nothing else. I'm free. Sometimes you come and at 1 o'clock I'll be reading Forbes magazine in my cabin. Not that I'll have so much work or anything, but you need to put honest effort. And if the work is not a burden to you, it is a passion, then you don't get tired at all.
That is the secret to, good practical implementation.
Promote a lot of youngsters to the new assignment. So to be honest, somebody who's to work with me for 10 years, I called him one day. You'll get 2.5 times more salary than here. Will you go to South America? 3-year assignment. And you want to ask your wife, you ask her and come. And thrice a year you can come back to India. Air freight is paid, business class air freight is paid by the company. And you have to build a 200 people team in next 1.5 years. That's it. You don't believe. Just 9 months, he has done a wonderful job. He has already 100 people. He knows a lot of people, government officials. I said, don't go and meet people when you've got work. Please go and meet people when you don't have work.
So in a way, you're creating good opportunities for good young people.
But see, it is a pleasure of doing things.
Yes.
Yeah. And actually, to be honest, we have gone and bought, in the logistic business, we have just gone and bought cooking coal. See, cooking coal is the one which goes to manufacture iron and steel. Okay, iron ore and coal, cooking coal, produce steel. In a place called West Virginia, we just bought we are building a washing plant there.
Where?
West Virginia in US. Okay. Yeah, it is amazing. But if you see the numbers, it is mind-boggling. But I'm 100% sure that those numbers won't come true. But even if it's 20% right, it will be great business for us.
See, I think what you said, I was just going to mention that also. I saw your article in the Business Today. One line which they have written is, his story is just beginning. I found that to be the most interesting line in that. Having known you for last 25 years, every day whenever you used to talk to us and we used to feel that, okay, you're up to something big and, things like that. This line which they say is his story is just beginning. And, the way you mentioned that the best 30 years of India are
see, it's not my story. I think India's story is just beginning.
Yeah.
If any of us think that India has done so much well, India will do so well next 30 years. I don't think you'll find another optimist like me in life. To be honest, yesterday I was with at least 120 bankers I was talking to, Credit Suisse to Goldman Sachs. Don't ask me, next 1 or 2 years may be bad. Okay? But for you and me, bad or good, life goes on. Okay. See, very interesting thing you should remember. I went one of my associated company in software company. You would have heard of a guy called Subrata Bakshi. He writes for Forbes and he's a good writer. He is a vice chairman of Mindtree, but he'll be a chairman very soon. So I went with an analyst in 2001 when software bubble happened, when software meltdown happened. I said, what is the scope of software? My friend from Bombay, a good analyst, a very smart investor, asked. And he asked me, Siddhartha, how long your family is growing coffee? I said, 1870 we are growing coffee. Can you tell me honestly, did they stop growing coffee whenever the coffee prices were low? Any year did they keep their land vacant or not cultivate the coffee? I said, no. I can tell you, my family made profit or loss, small profit.
You're always growing.
We always grow. So then Subrata told that guy, see, like that, okay, you are coming a bad day. We believe in working hard and we are all there in this. This is a race. Life is a race. Okay. It is in entrepreneurship. I always tell that we are all walking in a tightrope. There are a lot of smarter people who may not succeed, but they may be much smarter than us. But people who are few people lucky who succeed always get recognition. So that software company, he was only $12 million that day. That is 12 million is around 60 crore. This year, actually I finished the board meeting, I was sitting in their board. This year they'll do almost 2,000 crore. Next 4 years plans I've seen. They'll do 5,000 crore. Imagine for that guy to tell you on your face, when he was 60 crore, he'll go on. Especially in 2001 meltdown of software, everybody thought software story is over. I think you need to believe in yourself.
These are all long-term stories. Yeah. You'll have cycles where you'll have
you'll have a good and bad and ugly days. Yeah. It passed through. It really passed through that. See, as entrepreneurs or as business leaders, all of us should first believe in our idea and preach that idea to our colleagues. We need to have the confidence in ourselves to do that.
Another thing which I noted to ask you was, I remember we've been, sometimes you mentioned that more relating to children, we should give good education to our children, but we should not give them much money in the process. Probably they get spoiled and they don't value the money, or how they have to come up. Do you still believe in that? And what is your, what should be the idea around this? Yeah,
I always believe there should be fire in the belly. See, today, to be honest, our families were not so rich. We were not Tatas or Birlas or anywhere near to that, or Ambani. But so there was a fire with us that.
But how do you create this fire in the belly for the youngsters?
No. You should understand, when you don't have anything, you'll have fire in the belly.
Yes.
But when you have some comfort, you lose all the.
So you still agree that much money should not be passed on to the children? It spoils them.
See, but I 100% believe that too much money should not be given to successor. Lot of your earnings should go for the society where you come from. To be honest, yesterday Tata Steel was given an award as a corporate responsible company, and the guy who took award for on behalf of Ratan Tata was telling us, Tata Steel always believed the wealth what is created in the society, a lot of should go back to society. That is a responsibility. It may be very philosophical. I also believe a lot of our earning, or whatever we make in life, a lot of should go for, I don't say charity, it should go for the good causes. Okay, building a school, hospital, or some right causes to environmental issues maybe. But it should go for that. It is not to help the society. I'll tell you, these kind of things gives you a lot of self-satisfaction. I 100% believe in that. But in a commercial, what do you call, materialistic society, we bound to give money to our children, which we don't have much option. I can tell you that. In process, we are going to spoil them.
I think once they have the fire in the belly, then you give them the money, then it is, then it can
but
work
it is
out.
Not money, come on. See,
no, but sometimes
it is a work culture itself.
Yeah.
If you get up at 10 o'clock, I've seen in my city where I come from, Bangalore, there are rich guys whose children get a lot of rental income. They get up at 10 o'clock, they'll get dressed, and 11, 12:30, 1 o'clock they will go to the club, meet the friends, have some beer, come back, sleep in the afternoon, and evening again they go out for a party and come back home at 2 o'clock.
That's the day is over then.
I don't think it is not the question of money. I think it's after some stage, how do you live your life, how do you lead your life is very important. Even I make any additional zero in my life, I don't have that kind of life.
But in your businesses, how important has been real estate in your all the businesses? I know cafes, maybe locations. You have done an IT park we are building, and you are also renting also. So directly, indirectly, I think you are also in decent amount of real estate.
See, to be honest, don't fire me. I feel I always used to tell everybody, real estate is the easiest way to make money.
I know you used to tell me it's a dumb business. You buy a property and simply sit on that,
See, it doesn't give you mental stimulation. It's a good business, no doubt in it. But one thing I can tell you, I'm not a real estate expert, okay? Last 30 years in India, you have seen only properties going up. My friends, write it and give you. You'll see properties coming down now. Because
at some stage.
Yeah, valuations everywhere have completely changed. It is buzzard. You come to my town, I come from a coffee growing town. It is called Chikmagalur, okay? I was talking to my boys, what is the square feet? Sir, 2,000 rupees. What the hell is it? You don't believe, 10 years back, we were building a factory. Exactly 1 kilometer, that 2,000 rupees where they're quoting. I bought 40 acres at 2 lakhs rupees in the market per acre. That means it is at 5 rupees per square feet. Somebody who has picked up 5 rupees per square feet, and you see 2,000 rupees. How? I don't understand real estate, but okay, because I was lucky, I made money. See, I have picked up one land where we have got one technology park, 120 acres. I bought it at 4 lakhs per acre in 91. I'm an investor than anything else. Everybody with me told me I'm the biggest fool because it is 12 kilometers to the city. Yeah. And today the price should be around 2,500, 3,000 rupees. You ask me, am I happy? I'll tell you honestly, I'm not so happy. But okay, money-wise, we'll make a lot of money out of it.
What about the real estate? Like we just mentioned that you mentioned some good figures about the real estate market size. Real estate is the biggest asset class in India. Still it is very strange that there is no regulatory body, the markets are still unorganized, all types of practices happening. So we as professionals, when we are trying to do a little bit of organizing on our own, how do we cope up with the challenges in the market?
See what happened in stock market. It was very unorganized those days. In 85, you don't believe we used to buy shares at 10 rupees and sell in Delhi at 12 rupees. We used to make 20% commission. But slowly, internet trading came. All guys who used to do this kind of arbitration or financing against share at 2 or 3%, everybody vanished. Today, you come to the stockbroking firm, only the biggest and the fittest survive. All the other small guys have completely wiped out. See, even at 200 branches, 300 branches, people have wiped out. Because there is no money. Wiped out meaning, if you are not making money, still running business, it is not business anymore. So I personally feel same thing will happen in real estate. I think you need to build systems and processes. See, you need to...
Real estate as an investment, like you said, maybe in the long run, we don't know where the prices will go. But real estate services business as such should be great.
Kamal, if it is the Indian economy is $30 trillion, yours will be $3 trillion market. Real estate, you cannot neglect. Next 30 years, 40 years, it will be great.
Kind of services which will be required for this market.
See, you can't just go, according to me, I don't know much about it, but I can tell you, you can't go and sell a product to your client only in a pricing. Okay. But I am sure that you need to have a legal system. See, I was just talking to one of the biggest real estate guy. I think 4 days, Monday afternoon I had a lunch with him. Okay. He was telling me, one of the big builders in Bangalore, he bought a land from public sector. Public sector, in an auction, he bought the land. And he has built 1,200 apartments and delivered the apartment to everybody. Now, government has questioned that public sector has not taken permission to sell that land from the central government.
Those kind of issues.
See, as any of you as individuals, you can't do that due diligence. If you
it's very difficult for a person.
But see, as a firm, if you all work together, to sell any project, your compliance division has to clear that project.
Right.
See, imagine you would have sold in that kind of project 50 apartments. Your name would have been in gutter.
Could be the end of it,
Yeah, end of it. So I personally feel this is a high time that organization like yours should come, and you need to have I think first should be compliance, more than anything. So if you are 100 people team,
so even if there is no regulatory body, we should be doing due diligence on our own. Be selective.
I think this 100%
basic selectiveness and
that will come. See, today instead of because somebody is giving you 10% commission, somebody is giving you 2% commission, don't go and sell the 10% commission. See, instead of that, as a
1%
team,
of a good product.
Your team should do a study. Your compliance should clear. Okay, this project you all can sell it to your customer. And see, people who are in sales, they should not worry about any compliance issue. Compliance should be handled by a back office, and you should just once your back office and research report comes, this is all legally, everything is clear.
So internal due diligence should be done.
That is a must. Going ahead, see in India, it is such a haphazard industry. Everybody is building, everybody is selling. But in future, you need to do a due diligence, a legal due diligence on even the builder. Because see, today a lot of builders I've seen in South, they take money on one project and
that's happening everywhere. I think the way.
So, but it is literally your client's money is at risk. So you need to check the reputation of the builder also. No? So you make less commission. I agree with you, but don't go and sell every product what is available. Legal due diligence, client builder due diligence, you have to do. And see, once you start doing that, banks will come and give you money. They'll say, okay, you sell any product, our next 500.
When clients start recognizing you for those kind of qualities.
Even though market is not expecting that from you today, but I think you should start. I don't have much knowledge on real estate, but this is some common sense I am sharing with you.
I am sure you have also dealt with a lot of real estate professionals in various transactions and all. How has been your experience while dealing with the individual agents and professionals? Generally, my feeling has been, like you rightly mentioned, we started in 2006 with the same idea that, probably in 84, 85, how the stock market used to be there and no educated person used to get into the market. And probably slowly the time will come and we'll have good people coming in now. But even today, real estate services or a broking profession as such is not so well respected, and people always, eye you with a lot of doubt that maybe you'll give them a bad. Maybe that is the reputation the industry has earned.
But see, look at Richard Ellis or somebody like that. See, you need to dream that I'll build a Richard Ellis of India. And tell you honestly, you should not think about 80 people, 100 people team. I think you guys should think, how can we be a 1,000 people team? So all of them can be individual themselves, but they've got a mother company which will do legal due diligence. Tomorrow they get a client, you should have a bank with you. Your approved project, you got already finance tied up. 80% money is available if the client comes with 20. So things will be easy for them to sell in the market.
So basically, I think what we should do is not get into everything as that, as the things go. Be very selective.
You have to sell a very selected product. See, can we go and sell? There are 7,000, 8,000 share companies listed in the stock market. Do you know? Only 200 or 300 companies we can really put in money. See, actually, I was talking to one of the real estate guys the other day. He told me, boss, I said, boss, valuation was that day $800 million. Today is $150 million, your company. What are you doing? I know him very well. That's fine. What you are telling is right. But हमारा industry में बोलता है यार, we raised 700 crore. Anyhow, our net worth is not worth 700 crore. So it is easy money, free money. So you got a lot of bad guys in every industry. So you need to do a good due diligence on your...
But when do you think the regulatory body will come? See, India cannot be a developed economy till the time there is a regulatory body for real estate, the biggest asset class. Why do you think it's not come till now, and when will it come?
See, actually, I was talking to one of the Deutsche Bank teams 1 month back. Last 1 year, there is zero inflow of retail money to stock market. Whereas 2.5 lakh crore has gone to gold. On all the other money of Indian saving has come to real estate. It is high time that regulation will come.
But why the government is sleeping on such a big issue?
But it is not a... See,
cash
today...
market, that is the reason.
See, governments will be very active only when there are 10 scams.
10 scams.
If people take around 20,000, 50,000 people's money in Delhi and invest in Chandigarh and lose their capital, then government will become tight. But government has got bigger issues to handle than these issues.
One last question is, supposing you are a real estate professional and you have to earn your livelihood as a real estate professional, how would you, take up this profession as an individual? What do you think?
I would have not sold any product which I don't believe I would have put in my name. See, think that if you are putting your money, because see, all of us are giving almost like a wealth management advice to your customers. See, especially in your business, it is hard-earned money, especially when you sell a residential, it is a hard-earned money of an individual. It is a lifetime dream in a lot of places. Okay, forget about the investors who buy a third or fourth apartment. But in a lot of cases, if you are somebody who's earning a 20 lakhs rupees or 30 lakhs rupees, they are buying a 1 crore apartment, it is their life saving they will pay in the next 10 years to clear the debt. Your conscience should convince yourself that I will invest my money, if I had that money in this, then it will give us at least 10-12% guaranteed return, or at least it won't depreciate badly. And if I'm using, even if I get a 5-7% return, it is good. So you should be, your conscience should permit you that if I had money, I would have bought from you. Then only you should sell it to the client.
So that is, suggesting new investments. But what about regular services also? A lot of people need normal buying and selling services, and when you're into those kind of situations, how do you do well in those kind of situations? Where it's not your recommendation in that sense. You are providing transaction services to people. Like you said, maybe cafe requires some properties, and I mean, we as a professional, if we have to do well in those kind of jobs, how should we go about such things?
See, you have to do any.
See, the need of real estate is for varied reasons, not only for investment. Companies like yours who are looking for spaces, and end users. So there are buying and selling transactions, leasing transactions.
See, just to tell you, for retail, you want to advise a retail client.
Yes.
See, today, till now, I have not seen any broker giving us, other than giving some photograph or anything, you don't.
Yeah.
See, today, you go to any Google site in London. You want to see Oxford Street, you want 54 Oxford Street. It gives you the full photograph of the road, how it comes, what are the other billboards available. And even without visiting a site, you can take a call. You get a very comfort that, okay, this is the right place, you can invest. Whereas here,
people
just
are more on the shortcut, they simply
shortcut.
tell you.
I think you need to put time and money and technology also. See, to show.
I think improving the quality of information itself for the,
that is very, very
the
important.
clients,
Yeah.
that itself may be a good thing. I think, Siddharth, we won't hold you longer. I know you have to catch a flight.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot for,
Thanks for giving me the opportunity.